Hello, everyone. I am Terlisa Gardley-Brown, the host of Real Talk with Terlisa, the real that you can feel. Today, I needed a break. So literally got off work. My husband and I said, you know what, let's go down to Montrose Beach by the boats and let's chill out. But real talk, guys, I've been getting a lot of things and people hitting my inbox for like different reasons. And one of the reasons that are consistent is like relationships and dealing with people that seem like they the real thing and then you find out they ain't. So let's just be real. And I'm going to say this. If you got kids around you right now is not a good time for them to be in the room. Not saying that I'm going to get explicit, but it's about to be real adults. So this is probably going to be next to R. So if you haven't done so, you can share. If you haven't done so, you can invite your friends. So I'm going to give everyone a few minutes. I do see one person that's out there. I'm going to give everyone else a couple more minutes. While I'm out here, I just needed a piece of Chicago that was peaceful. No shooting, no killing, no murders, none of this. I just needed a piece of Chicago. How many of us have had such a interesting week or a interesting day and you just need a little bit of peace, something that's just gonna be like, you know what, just take my breath away, let me see something, let me feel something, and that's where I'm at. So again, hello everyone. Again, I am Terlisa Gardley-Brown, the host of Real Talk with Terlisa, the real that you can feel. I do see that there are 2 people, 3 people. Come on, y'all, come on in before we get started, because we're getting ready to have some grown folks conversation today. Like real talk, it's about to go down. So let me go ahead and get into this thing. First of all, let me say this. Everybody you deal with, everybody you mess with, everybody you talk to, they don't deserve you. They don't deserve you. So here it is. We find out just because they kiss us, they love us, they sex us, they buy us things, they may pay a bill, they may have a hot dinner waiting on you, they may wash your clothes and clean your house. There's a lot of things that people do for you. Just because they do those things for you does not mean that they are going to invest in you. So what we end up doing is we falling for the okie doke because they nice. We falling for the okie doke because they sweet and they doing certain things. And as they do certain things, we think that is love because we ready for love. In actuality, that ain't it. All they doing is flirting. All they doing is talking to us. And a lot of times, all they doing is wasting our time. So here it is. We giving away our energy. We giving away our time. We giving away everything that we are to them. And they ain't even worth it. And now here it is. We sitting empty. We sitting mad as you know what. We upset with ourselves. Feel like we've been used and abused. Tossed to the side. Don't want no parts of nobody else because we allow somebody in that had BS on their man. So let me say this again. Just because they around you, just because they talking to you, just because they sweet to you, it does not necessarily mean they're going to invest in you. Very few people will invest their time in your future. Very few people will take what you're talking about for real, for real. There are so many people when you start talking about your goals and your ambitions, they cheer you on. They like, yes, I got you. I got your back. And then the very minute you start making some power moves, baby, they are running in the opposite direction. So what I am so learning is this: we cannot depend on people to help us get to our next level. Everything that we need is already inside of us, and we have to move and start walking by faith and not by sight to get to our next level. Not only that, y'all, hear me out again. When it comes to this relationship and it comes to love, and all of us, we were created to love. We were created to be engaged with different people. But when you find yourself on the other side of being used, when you find yourself on the other side of being abused, when you find yourself on the other side of feeling like you're a doggone fool, it's time to let it go. There's a saying is, I can do bad all by myself. Most of us, you have something to offer. You have something to bring to your table. You've been holding your family down. You've been holding your kids down and everything else down for a very long time. Then you meet somebody, and I'm going to say this, and you meet this person and you already questioning who they are. You already questioning their actions, their thoughts, and their deeds. But then because a person, it's always say there's a counterfeit before the real thing. So what end up happening is because we're feeling alone, we're feeling lonely, we want a companion. We want somebody to sleep next to us. We want somebody that's on the side of us that's going to encourage us and motivate us and tell us everything is going to be okay. What we end up doing is because they got half of that dynamic, because they can do certain things that we like. Y'all know what we talking about. So because they got half of those dynamics, we find ourselves placed in a position where we are compromising who we are. We're compromising everything that we could be just to hold on to them. Whether it's marriage, whether it's anything. Let me say this, and I can say this boldly because I'm not ashamed of who I am. I was one of those chicks. I was wild, I was rowdy, and I did not give a dang on. Dated quite a few people in my life. And then I decided saying, you know what, it's time for me to get serious. I'm tired of running the streets. I'm tired of doing certain things and all of this craziness, right? So then I started meeting people, and they come along, baby. And when I tell you they come along with the right scene. They come along with the right things. They telling you everything you want to hear. And next thing you know, I'm falling for the okie doke. Now I didn't fall for the okie doke, right? So now I'm falling. I'm like, okay, man, I feel so stupid. I feel so dumb. I should have known better. How did I get myself caught up in this situation? See, don't nobody want to admit that they done got caught up. Don't nobody want to admit that they done been in some situations a time or two. Don't nobody want to talk about that stress. Don't nobody want to talk about them late hour crimes. Now they in the middle of the night texting on their phone in the bathroom. Don't nobody want to talk about how you done cleaned and you done cooked, thinking that his family gonna come over, her family gonna come over, and they give you a ghost move. Don't nobody want to talk about this, but we're gonna talk about this tonight. So it is, you didn't sacrifice everything, baby. You didn't spend half your bill money trying to make this dinner, all of that in the bag of chips, and then they cancel on you. And then when you start, they don't answer your text messages no more. They're not answering your phone calls no more. They throwing you for a loop, and you like, what in the heck or hula just happened? How did I get myself in this jam? Why didn't I follow the signs? Why didn't I listen? Why didn't I do anything? Amen. I done been there too. So what I don't want us to continuously do, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want us to keep falling for the same old thing over and over again. One of the number one reasons I married my husband is he fine, yes, but that does not matter. One of the number one reasons I married him is because he seen where I was going before I could see where I was going. He seen my potential before I could see my potential. He understood where I was coming from before I knew where I was coming from. So here it is, you meet these people, they not for your future, they're for your right now. And that's what ended up happening. So where it is, God will put us with people that are going to help us get to our next level. He's going to put us with people that are going to motivate us and help us get better. But if you're dealing with someone that is a right now woman or a right now man, it's eventually going to fall apart. I don't want to hear about another one of my brothers or my sisters talking about things that work and now we're broken hearted and we're bitter. It's enough bitter, broken, angry, upset people walking around now, and I don't want to see that happen to us. So many people are also going through in your marriages. You don't know which way to go. You was good to this person, and now they got the audacity to be slapping you in the face. Y'all married, but you're living single. They sleeping in one room and you sleeping in another room. Y'all going to family barbecues acting like everything is good, and then you get in the car, y'all taking these rings off. Then you go home and they on their phone. They got late night dates, baby. They ain't even coming home at night. And you sitting there questioning, what did I do wrong? How did I put myself in this position? I should have known better. Let me say this. Do not regret doing good to somebody that has done bad to you. And I say that again. I was so vindictive. I was like, you know what? You do me wrong, I'm going to get you wrong. You cheat on me, I'm going to cheat on you. You do this, I'm going to do that. As a woman, especially as a woman, see, men can be dogs and don't get talked about. But the very minute a woman do the same thing a man do, they get talked about. The very minute they start talking to this person and talking to that person, got one coming out the back door and one out the front door, they get talked about. A man can do it all day. So ladies, let's not disgrace ourselves trying to get even. Let's not disgrace ourselves trying to feel like that, because it's not gonna work. And then too, we talk about having a broken heart. It's nothing like being broken. It's nothing like having your heart cut in two and ripped out, and then you trying to put the pieces of the puzzle back together. Have you ever got with somebody and you built your whole world, your whole life around them? I mean, y'all was saving, y'all was doing everything that you could possibly do together, and then things just change overnight, and then your self-esteem is shot, your confidence is shot. You trying to figure out which way do I go. Everything about them, your accounts are joined together, your kids didn't play together, everything, the holidays are together. How do I pick up the pieces of this brokenness and make it happen? Let me say this. It takes time, and that you can do it. It's upsetting when I see my sisters and my brothers going through things, and I know that hope is on the other side, but you feel hopeless. Have you ever been so hurt that you feel hopeless? Have you ever been so hurt you just feel like, you know what, I don't want to get out of bed, I don't want to make it anymore, I'm just tired? And it's not necessarily being I'm tired of living, I'm just tired of going through the same old thing over and over again. When is my mighty man of valor gonna come? When is my Boaz gonna come? When is my virtuous woman gonna come? When is the the woman gonna come along that ain't playing games and always trying to hit my pockets? When is the person gonna come along that have the same thing to bring to the table than I bring to the table? And can I say this freely? So many times, because we end up compromising who we are, we end up settling for less than we deserve. So here it is, you got everything together and you selling for somebody that don't really want anything. It's a difference if they working and they trying to get on their feet. But it's a big difference if you leaving out for work and they sitting at home and they playing video games. It's a big difference if they making excuses why they can't find a job. It's a big difference when you trying to go out here and make it happen and they sitting on the sidelines and then they ain't even cheering you on. This thing about broken hearts and broken relationships, guys, it is real. And as I said, everybody that see you, talk to you, feel you, sex you, take you out to dinner, pay a bill, make you feel loved, may not invest in you. What is an investment? It's somebody that is going to sit around and give to you with not even a return. How many people in your life right now you can say are willing to invest in your future? How many can you say are willing to invest in anything that you have going on? Or are they all about making withdrawals and they don't make deposits? Are they all about me, and what I can get, and when you need, they closing the door on you? How many of us are in one-sided relationships where you have given all that you can give and it still ain't good enough? How many of us have been slapped in the face by love time and time again, and you like, you know what, I am so done, I'm over this foolishness, and enough is enough? No. What we're not going to do is we're not going to let somebody that was immature, we're not going to let somebody that couldn't recognize our worth, we're not going to let anybody break us down because we're greater than that. And even though you can't see it right now and you like, well, you got a whole husband and this, baby, I had to fight for this because this relationship I'm in, I had to work for it. And sometimes we have to put aside what we feel. We got to put aside who we are. And the first thing we got to do is ask God to heal us, heal our minds, heal our souls, and heal our bodies from everything that we've ever been through. One of the worst things that I ever did in life is I made everybody else, the next, pay for the ex. And I talk about that because it's so real. So here it is. I have misused good people. I have talked about, I've hurt good people because I expected them to do the same thing to me that somebody else did. And they didn't even have that intention. My blinders was on. I had on, as they say, sunglasses, and they was blocking my vision. And as it was blocking my vision, I couldn't see what was coming to me that was real because I was so full of hurt and I was so full of pain. Guys, let's release it the best way we know how, and let's love and let's live and let's move forward. We grown women and grown men still playing games like we in our 20s and our 30s. We still talking about some who we finna get with and who we finna date. Them times is over. Playtime is over in our lives. It's time for us to start building. It's time for us to start investing. And if you dealing with somebody and they ain't talking about investing in your future, if you talking to somebody and they ain't talking about next level thinking, baby, it's time to get them they walking papers and tell them to beat it. Life right now, you look around us, everybody is passing, young and old. And here it is, we still standing here trying to figure out what Bae gonna do. Look, if Bae ain't made up his mind, we gotta leave. If Boo ain't made up her mind, you gotta let her go. And we have to keep this thing walking. But what I want to tell us, wholeness is in us, healing is in us, but we have to make the decision that enough is enough. And if you gonna play, I need to release you. If you want foolery, I need to release you. If you want any kind of things that is not, and let me ask this question too, because y'all, I'm just talking. How many, when you talk to them about your future, or you talk to them about your goals, and you talk to them about your plans, they say, you know what can I do to help you get there? How many have you told your little, I say these little simple ideas because they end up turning into $1 million inventions, right? How many of us have told our person that we went the little simple ideas and they was like, man, I got you. What you need? What do you want to do? How many of us have dated somebody like that or currently dating? Because if you with somebody and they showing you that love and that support, that's who you hold on to. But if you with somebody and you start talking about your big ideas, no matter what age you are, and they looking at you crazy like that'll never happen, it ain't never for you, it ain't gonna never move, you ain't gonna never amount to anything, you gotta release it. And I don't care. We always talk about, well, I got time in, I've been with this person, I got a baby by this person, this, that, and the third. I don't give a god doggone how much time you got in with somebody. I don't care how many kids you got with somebody. Just because they around you, that don't mean that they're gonna be with you. And just because they sit around you and they talk to you and they love you and they give you all of the time and attention that you need, that don't mean that they're a part of your future. So do we want the right now or do we want the real? one thing. Do we want the person that's going to have our back, or we want that false sense of security? Do we want that person that's going to hold us down in bad times like we held them down, or are we still running around with the person that ran and left us in our bad times? Right now, guys, it's about making decisions, and it's about not settling for less. I settled for less for so long in my life, and I was like, I am not doing that again. If I got to sit and I have to wait and be by myself, that's exactly what I'm going to do. But I thank God that he brought my husband back to me, and now we're married. So my brothers and my sisters, even though your heart may be hurting, even though somebody may be giving you like wishy-washy signals, you trying to figure out where you stand, let me say this, you'll know where you stand without confidence. When it's real, you ain't got to ask no question about, are we in a relationship? Are we dealing? Are we dating? We just sexing? And ladies, let me say this in all honesty, we have to stop giving our goodies away. We have to keep that thing on lock, because that is the most precious gift. That is the most precious thing that we have. Keep it on lock until he finds you, until he makes himself known, and until he comes. Don't compromise yourself for the person that make you feel good when you can have the whole package. I'm just going to say that. And then my mom used to always say, why give somebody a slice of the pie when they don't even deserve an appetizer? Why give somebody a piece of who you are when they don't even deserve to be in your presence? When you are royalty, royalty act a certain way. They carry certain pay. Every person that's listening, every person that's watching, do you realize that you are royalty? Do you realize that you are a child of the king? Do you realize that you are blessed coming in and blessed going out? Do you realize who you really are? Because when you realize who you are, baby, you walk a little different. People call you out your name. Let me say this. I was in a situation, believe it or not, about a month ago, and somebody called me every type of B there was. The old Lisa was like, you know what? Let me go on and reinforce my clothes and let me get at them, right? That was the old me. But then something say, baby, you don't answer to nothing that your name is not. So let them call them that. So as they call you names, whatever they call you, no matter what the person is that may be putting you down, that's their reflection of their life. Don't let their reflection of who they are become your reality. And if they can't respect you, if they don't deserve you, it's just that simple. Settling for a part-time lover, or settling something for somebody that their body's here and they mind is somewhere else, that is an uncomfortable feeling when you know that you deserve someone else. So if you're in a situation and you like, man, I don't know which way to go, I've been settling, but a piece of a person is better than nothing, a half of a person is better than nothing at all, I've been there too, it's time for us to say, you know what, I gotta let you go. My growth, where I want to go, my next level is waiting on me. And if you can't go with me, if you don't want to be a part of that, baby, I got to let you go. Do you know how painful that is when you got to make a decision for your future, when you got to make a decision for you, and you got to leave some old things behind, you got to leave some old people behind, you got to leave your running buddies behind, the ones that kicked it with you, the ones you done ran the streets with, the ones that you've done everything with, you got to leave them behind. Do you know the separation that you go through in the natural and the spirit when you used to run the streets and now you sitting in the house like, man, I wish I need to be outside, or I wish I need to do that? Whatever we want, it's going to cost us something. Whatever you want to go to that next level, it's not going to be easy, and I'm not going to sit here and paint this portrait that it is, because it's not, but it's definitely worth it. So thank you guys for tuning in to Real Talk with Terlisa, the real that you can feel. I am your host, Terlisa Gardley-Brown. I just wanted to get out here and say a few things, and most of all, guys, let's pray for each other. My heart was so broken yesterday in the Chicagoland area in Hyde Park, where this 73-year-old man was beat and he had a heart attack because somebody was trying to carjack him. That hurt me so bad because I thought about my daddy, my uncles, and my aunts who go out to and from. So we got to keep each other lifted in prayer. We have to cover each other, guys. And tell me this, if you guys want to do a prayer day, hit my inbox. If there are topics you want me to discuss, hit my inbox. And if you haven't done so, definitely check out Real Talk with Terlisa TV show on tletv.fun. It is on the TLE network every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. I love you all. Let's stand in faith. Let's stand in hope. And remember, you are worth it. You are not a mistake. You are awesome. You are great. And something great is coming to you. Just be patient and hold on. But in the meantime, don't settle for nothing less than you deserve. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon.